All right, what's going on, everybody? How's it going out there? Notification Squad, Kung Fu and Winnie, Grand's Tube, thanks for tuning in. HR, Kev, DD, Geo. I'm gonna go down the list before I still can. What's up, everybody? All right, we got Student Quentin. We got the wannabe Texas Gardener. Apple Buddy, of course. Amanda C, thanks for tuning in. Stopping by the Animal Crossing stream I saw as well. Sean, Geo, Passion Gaming back again. So we're here for Rosewood. An autographed t-shirt. Well, once this all settles down, we plan on setting up some merch. We did a brief excursion with Teespring, and I wasn't super excited, so a couple of those first ones that went out, so we're gonna be replacing some of those and trying to do our own thing, I think, or at least find a better distributor. So but anyways, what are we here for tonight? Well, we're here for this one, Rosewood. Does anyone remember this city? I have just been look at it, it went to sleep on me already. That's how long it's been sitting there in the cinematic in the background. So we'll kind of check out where we're at. If you've got some ideas, like the city's not done yet, and I really want to detail and kind of finish this one, but I needed a little break, and live streaming was fun, and playing some indie games and some pack stuff. But then, oh man, did a bug bite us, Among Us? It came out 2 years ago, but you probably heard about it in the last week or two. And man, we played. It's the first time in a long time, I think, that we've played such a long session. My wife and I and some of the mods hopped on just at random, just to see what it was all about. None of us had played. And in the first session, we rotated in like 8 to 10 people all night. And we played for, I think, like six solid hours, like 8 to 2 in the morning. And we have a 4-year-old, my wife and I. Next day was rough. So we haven't pulled one of those in a while. And Among Us is the thing that made us do it. So that's why we've just been so distracted. PAX was awesome, though. They did PAX online. I'm going to take these off right now because I don't need to. I might need those for the chat. Never mind. PAX Online was really cool. So you get to see a lot of indie games. And they did a pretty good job organizing like a virtual showroom floor. And I just thought they did such an amazing job in light of the kind of rush they had to put all this together. So at least in terms of the Steam store and the page that we eventually stumbled on, Apple found it, the exhibit showroom floor, and you can kind of stumble through all the games. We found a ton of stuff we're going to be playing, just so much good stuff that's on the way. It was the company more than the game. Yeah, it depends though. Depends. You vote me off pretty quick there, Kung Fu. Decoy, what's up? Chosen, what's up? Let's see. Geo, it's been running in the background for a while, but not since we've been here. Let's take a look. Let's see, first of all, if we're doing... Are we doing day nights? Wait, no. Use day night cycle, yes. So let's get to see it at some different times. So it's not, it's not finished. But there are angles. I love the look of this. I love Greenwood here in the foreground. I'll hide me in that. Oh, I don't have that set to a layer on this frame. Okay, so how's the music for everybody? I'm going to turn it down in my headset because it's a little loud. It's rocking me out, but as long as it's sounding good over there, I don't have to touch that volume. It's set up independently, so nothing but imposters. Yeah. It's, passion. It's what has really got me going is to go on Google Earth and pick a city, pick a city, and you don't have to build one-to-one, but kind of look at its veins, right? And in a way, this is inspired off Boulder, Colorado, but then again, like it's a total free-form idea. It's more really setting yourself, I think, a restriction more than anything, which on console is pretty easy because you don't have all the mods and assets. But, the thing is, like, if you force yourself to think in terms of, this is going to be a neighborhood, excuse me, this is going to be a neighborhood that is, a green area of the city, and you really focus on that and build parks and clean energy over there. Maybe there's an old part of the town, an old strip that ran over here And you know, it could be all Euro style buildings because you can set those different styles, and the Euro style buildings are pretty good. What platform are you on, Passion Gaming? Because you can get away with the Euro buildings and it feels a little bit more Quebec, right? Certainly more than North American style. But obviously if you're on PC, there's some really good stuff on the workshop. I don't know if there's anything Canadian or Quebec specific, but Geze, G-E-Z-E, he does some really amazing stuff and has done so much Parisian and amazing European architecture that like it would be nice for like an old town Quebec. Switch is pretty limited. That's the tough one though. That is the toughest one. I meant to call it up, and maybe I'll boot up a controller while I'm thinking about it. Hold on a second. I have Game Pass Ultimate, which means that we also have access to game streaming on phones now. And I only just got to test it out, and it's actually really good. For the right type of game. I tried playing a shooter on it, and it was terrible. But, you know, if my daughter was playing something on the Xbox and or on the TV, right, and I wanted to play the Xbox, you can totally just stream from that. So let me see next. Device settings. The paired controller I have is upstairs, so I gotta pair a different one here. But I'll see if I can show you this just a little bit. So basically, if you have right now an Android device, they're working things out with Apple. It's going to be a mess though. You can basically pair a standard Xbox controller. This just has squid grip wraps on it. But you can basically pair that with... is it telling me to install Game Pass? I don't need to. I have the streaming service. Okay. Connect. All right, sorry. This is a long way around. So basically we're connecting right now to this Xbox via the phone, assuming it lets me stream this title. I didn't check that out yet, actually. Yeah, there we go. So started playing remotely. So the Elite controller is hooked up to the TV. This controller is hooked up to the phone, which is it? Well, that's not a great example. It doesn't work. The back button works. It looks pretty good, I'll tell you that. But maybe I shouldn't have tried to do this live on stream. But I'm actually really impressed with the graphics on it, right? This is a Samsung S20. And I'll mess around with it. I had it working fine in a bunch of other games, so I don't know why it's failing on me now. This is not brought to you by Microsoft, by the way. It's still very much in its early stages, but it was working pretty good, and it has its use cases, so... But we don't have to worry about that right now. So how do I... Let me disconnect. Okay, sorry. That was. It looks really good. I'm getting a controller with a dock on top. So I'll do a full test. Sorry, that was super distracting. We're squirrel moments. We're just sitting here staring at the city. Let's take a look at actually what it's doing and how it is since we last left it. So when I first turned it on today, I just left the cinematics playing when the intro was going, and the budget was around plus 8,000. It's thin, right? And depending on what our little pocket of farming and forestry are doing, it can go up or down quite a bit. Squirrel indeed. So the biggest thing I think though is as long as it's trending towards the positive, you know, we have money for plenty of projects, right? But the city budget, you can actually get a little bit more specific on, what is it, city info left on the D-pad, and kind of see where your budget's at. So that's actually just, what is that? Treasury? That's the value of the bank over time. Can't you compare? Is there an expense that I'm not seeing? There's a way. There's a way to find what we're looking for in here. How are we doing on prisoners? How's the crime rate? I think we've been doing pretty good on disasters, thank goodness, because this city hasn't been live yet. That's good news. Nice. I'm glad you're back, Bilbo. Welcome. Let's take a look at a couple things here. So where were we? we had a little... Do we have a... No. Hey, what are we... What time is it? 8:09? There you go. Do we... Oh, do we have them on this one? Oh, we do.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Didn't have to wait long for that one. What the heck? Come on. Come on, put them out. Put them out. So, some people say in the comments I put way too many trees on my map. I don't know. I don't think it's the trees that are the problem. Look at all these people just casually walking around. No big deal. Just a house completely engulfed in flames. Just going to walk right by. Yeah, I mean, hey, we got it out of the way early. That's good, right? It will probably go out. And fingers crossed we won't see any more all episode. Yeah. So, the trees are a problem. I don't know. Decoratively, though, I think they look pretty good. So, electricity-wise, we have a couple spread out windmills just for effect. In fact, I don't think these... Oh, that does actually supply a little bit of power to the grid, so that's good. That's not a total waste. This one is. So, oh, maybe we'll build something up here. Maybe we'll spread the power. And then I think everything else... No, that's right. I spread a couple of these around just to make the farms look a little self-sufficient, even though they are connected to the rest of the grid. All this stuff's turned off too. This is just a little decoration of the farm that I started doing. But for the most part, we're powered right here. Whoa. And I think I started to build... Yeah, I kind of built some of the stuff over here that you may not want to live next to, like the power plant, the prison... And the recycling plant. That one's a noisy one. It's not polluting. So what's everybody feeling for projects? Because I got to get something done tonight, right? What do we tackle? What do we want to look at? I'm going to keep diving through a couple basic city metrics, but that's a good question. That's a good question regarding the name. It's an old reference, so it's ironic that my channel became famous for City Skylines on console. But build a dam, I don't know if we can, Geo. I don't know if there's a lot. We got to take care of this garbage problem. I mean, never mind. It's not garbage. But we're still going to take care of it just the same. Did they move? I feel like they moved Collapse again, or moved it back. Sorry, I gotta fix this while we're at it, because I'm sure there's gonna be a death wave that's gonna bite us, or at least not a death wave, but we'll fall behind on bodies. Coverage. What transport? No, it's in healthcare. I mean, technically there's transport involved, right? You gotta get there somehow, and you're not bringing yourself there. So the name, hey, squirrel again. So let's go get that other cemetery. The name is basically a reference from Battlefield 2. Came out in 2003 on PC, I think. And there was a tutorial mode before you jumped into the multiplayer. I think, or it was available. It was like right there at the top, and it kind of wanted you to go through that to learn the basics. But the very first thing it tells you is like a drill sergeant as you load into the level. And he says, move the mouse to look around. And if you are... I just felt at the time, like, it's 2002. People have been gaming on PC for, many, many years. I mean, I know it's still... Bottom line is, like, if you don't know to move the mouse to look around in a first-person shooter game, then I don't want you on my team. If you want to join the other team, that's totally fine. I moved the sports arenas around a little bit, but I thought I did that on... camera. I'll go show you what's up over there in just a second. Any glaring problems? No, we're going to get to see the city at night also. What's disconnected? This doesn't need to be connected, right? That's getting power all the way around the belt without that. Let's remove that. All right. Oh, hey, Greg, what's up? Welcome to the other channel. We do a lot of cities over here and some other stuff. Most of the time it's cities, but I don't know. Wonder what happens. The dam. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to do the dam. I don't know a good map for a dam. I think there's got to be one in the game. I don't think I've built on one of them yet. Amanda C, let's go check out the sports arena before I forget. Right, we can keep looking through the info views. So initially, and of course, this is like the worst time to look at it. Let's go traffic for a second. We'll look at traffic while we're at it. So 91%, I cannot complain about that. Initially, I think I had all the sports crammed in over here. Or at least all together. And I deleted most of it to have just the football stadium and the baseball stadium for now. And I wanted to make some plazas and paths and different transport options and then kind of landscape around where the resulting stadiums are. This looks all right at night, but look at how dark the outfield is. Like, that would be... You would have a tough time tracking that ball going from under the light up into the darkness into kind of light, but maybe not. I don't know. That's a bad design. So yeah, that's basically what was happening here. And then we got this all hooked into the train network, and that can get them over to this station. We'll take a look at the hub in the morning, but why don't we fly around at night for a little bit? I just realized I took my camera off, but we may as well leave it off for a minute here with the cinematic camera on. And yeah, let's take a quick flight around. Let's see what people got in mind. So we can look at some kind of hydropower, Geo, but I can't make any promises. But we, I've never been good at that, but I've also never, the reason I've never been good at it is because I've never tried it. So technically, correct statement. I hate you because your cities are great. I appreciate that. I think I started to say, and I probably got distracted, but Google Earth is honestly one of the best steps I took, I think. And I'm not the best, right? I build within the game limits most of the time. Like this is playing legitimately, no cheats, no mods, none of that stuff. But trying to build an effective city that works with the in-game mechanics. And my cities have all gotten better, right? But I've built so many of them. The other thing too is like when you're going through this creative process, right? When you're talking about the game and articulating and thinking about it and making mistakes and making a fool of yourself and getting feedback from other people, that's a remarkable way to grow too. So if that's of interest to you, link in the description down below to the Discord. We talk about cities, we talk about all kinds of things. I will warn you that some of the people in there are going to ask you questions immediately. They're going to pounce on you about asparagus and boneless chicken wings. Whichever way you answer those questions, it doesn't matter. It's just some ribbing. It's more the fact that we like to have fun over there. So don't mind the silliness. Come for it, hopefully. But come join in on the fun. We talk about all kinds of stuff over there. And honestly, it's one of the best ways, I think, is to, even if you're not creating content or streaming or making videos, build your cities, share some videos, share them on Switch. You can share to Twitter, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Apple Buddy. What is the Switch social network? Is it Facebook or Twitter? I don't remember. But PlayStation and Xbox and obviously PC, you can upload clips and screenshots and get opinions and compare it to real cities. And don't try and build something one-to-one. Build a small section. Start with a small city, right? Make it easy on yourself. And just kind of learn those mechanics. Learn the shapes that go into cities and where you want to build. Is it old European crazy windy roads on a hillside? Is it, even within the United States, right? New York is so different from Miami, is so different from Vegas, is so different from Los Angeles. And Chicago, of course, smack in the middle, right? Every city has its own bones and its own structure and the way that it sits in the landscape. And I think the biggest thing is finding the arteries, right? Finding, just like you have the veins in your body that carry most of the blood up and down, there are roads like that in a city. And that's why they're all arterial roads. And find those veins, find those big important roads and kind of map out your city structure like that. And then build everything else off of that. Just let it flow. Throw some paint on the canvas, see what works, see what doesn't, but try and stick to that main network, that that main framework of roads. That's one of the best things I can recommend. I did a build for the city's official channel, Casino Island. Miami. I did like a Miami Beach map, but a casino strip on there. And basically what it is, I looked at kind of Miami on Google Maps, not even Google Earth, just to get kind of an understanding of the road layout. And I picked kind of a main drag on South Beach and painted that pretty accurately, and then kind of just guessed my way around the rest, But something like just having an idea in mind, can really inspire you to create something totally different than you think you might not have started with. Freeform Road Tool is your friend, by the way, if you're looking to do a looser feel. And if you're looking to do grids, join the Discord and check out what Rich is doing. He streams his games on there from time to time, and I'm actually really impressed. I'm doing a PC build that is a left-hand drive because it makes me uncomfortable, and he's doing a PC build that is right-hand drive because it makes him uncomfortable. And I think he's doing a much better job than I am. And he's got some really cool layouts, and again, it's all about having those crossroads, those couple main roads that feed all the traffic, and then neighborhoods that are built up off of those. Growing things over time too, right? A city's just not built overnight. So kind of think of it in that context. Like maybe there's an old neighborhood here with Euro style buildings, an old neighborhood over here with something else. There's a lot of cool ways you can roll with it and just have fun with it and go on to the next build. Don't be afraid to leave a city unfinished. I do it every season. Not this season. So what did I'm sorry. I was just rolling on for a while there. I'm sorry. What DLC do you recommend the most? So streams, that's the thing with that. That's so important to know kind of what you have the most fun with in the game. So if you like, let's consider for a moment, like campus and industries, I think are really closely related because you get to paint this area, and park life to some extent. You get to paint an area and plop down objects and, manage the infrastructure in a light way, right? You're managing, here I've got crops. Those crops feed the animals, and crops and animal products go to here to make flour. And then over here, all three of those things go to the bakery to make donuts or baked goods. So like I have a lot of fun with that. Like it's more in-game management that's different from the regular city build. I think kind of really essential though, it's really awesome is mass transit, because you can do things like 2-lane highways, right? And you don't get that, I think, with the base game. That's a mass transit thing. And there's just more transport options. Snowfall DLC, if you want like a real good challenge, you have to heat your town and they draw more electricity, but you also get things like trams, and that can be a really nice look, especially if you're going for something other than a North American build, right? Because I shouldn't even say that, like US build, because Canada embraces mass transport better than we do, I think. I could be wrong, I don't know, but trams and trolley buses and all these transport options should be super important and central if you're copying kind of a modern European build. You're going to have stuff where that's more important than parking lots. Meanwhile, if you're on PC, one of the best things you could do for making an accurate American city is put parking lots all over the place. There's no parking here, so that's why it feels a little weird to me. Actually, that is really weird how that is. Oh, is that shadow? Okay, I thought that was like the terrain was coming up there. So Twitch is the Facebook. Okay, what are we doing today? I don't know. We're talking gaming. So far, not a lot of building. Not sure he gets distracted. Absolutely. I catch up on the chat once in a while too. Rome was not built in a day. That is a common misconception, Decoy. It was actually a 3-day weekend. Mass transits, yeah. Mass transits are really good. I mean, I don't know that any of them are bad. Sunset Harbor was cool. It gave some new mechanics. They all come with good maps. And especially if you're on console, that's your way to expand the game. So, info views, where were we? I think we were on electricity, right? We didn't even finish that. Something happened. I don't know. Water availability, we're doing good. I'm pretty sure I may have moved this around off camera, but you may have seen it in the tutorial I did. My God, did I finish that 3-part tutorial Did I upload part 3? I have this sinking feeling right now that I forgot to upload part 3. Someone who follows the channel, let me know. I'm pretty sure I was doing a 3-part series and then stopped and didn't upload part 3. Okay, I didn't, right? I didn't. Oh my god, I'm the worst. People are like, when's that next how-to coming? Don't worry, it's coming. And then you get 2 out of 3 episodes, and then I don't upload the 3rd. So water. We were talking about water. This is sewage. We're dumping the sewage out here, but we've got the Green Cities Monument. Is it Green Cities, or is that base game monument? I think that's base game, right? Because this, does it say now? Yeah, it has a little icon on it now to designate which TLC. And maybe it always did, but I noticed it recently, so that's why they added it recently. Because I noticed it. Yeah, only shut up. Okay, all right. I'll get it. I'll get to it eventually. So the sewage is going out here, but because of the Eden project, it reduces the pollution. And in fact, just to confirm, where am I? I'm right there. Where's pollution? So 0 and 0 ground and water pollution. So we're doing good there. The sewage I moved over here. And are we wasting nighttime flyby on this? But you know, this is just dumping out over here. I built a little canal and powered it with 2 wind turbines, moved that over there. Did we just lose one game and win the other? I'm pretty sure. Was there a game or something? How else could we get that massive oh yeah, it totally was. Okay, so let's look at this. I think this happens every time. The game's let out at the exact same time. So this is really important because this is our absolute worst case scenario for traffic in this city, is two games letting out at the same time. But look at all the people that are walking up here, number 1, to the train, which is perfect, because even if they're going into the city, they can take the train to get to the bus, to get to the tram. So it's a pretty sweet deal. Keep them off the roads. Casino, what's up? No worries, no worries. I'm glad you could make it. Casino, would you be surprised if I told you I've been super distracted and that we had a fire and we haven't done much yet? In which case, you shouldn't feel bad because you didn't miss anything. So the traffic, like, look at all, like, this is awesome, right? How, like, oh, this is excitement. This is what you're doing right in cities. If you have this many people refusing to get in a car because you've got a good transport option, it's so awesome. Right on par for 25 minutes in, absolutely. Jenny, what's up? TGS. So let's see. Yeah, this is crazy. So what does this do, right? So we do get a lot of traffic coming through here, but it starts to split up pretty quick. So you can either go straight, you can go back into the city, you could park your car because you wanted to take the bus. People use pocket cars all the time. So this is just really cool that we have all these people dumping out into the trains, and you can get out of the city, right? I don't know. Maybe we should, since we're kind of talking about this now. So we'll see. We'll give this a minute. Let's throw on 3 times speed before I pat myself on the back, right? But we're staying at 91%, and that traffic is slowly funneling out of the zone. It looks like about the same amount of time it takes somebody to walk down here. The cars are still rolling out, but there we go. And there's crime now. Guess who's stuck behind? As soon as everybody left, they turn the lights out, start robbing the liquor. All right. Oh, they don't care. No, they're all out of F's to give. In fact, F in the chat for all those pedestrians that just got run over. New subscriber, thank you. Where's my bar? It's up there. Is it not? It's not on that button. I keep forgetting. I messed up, and I gotta fix my my stream deck a little bit. But thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're here live, but if you are, tip of the cap to you. And F's in the chat for those pedestrians. We're gonna fill up those cemeteries again in no time. My 185k city has 10k using transit, 50/50 metro. Yeah, it's a traffic game more than a city game, right? At least if you want to play it in any respect. You gotta spend more time managing traffic than you do building, or at least considering it, if you aren't building a good network in. And I historically have not been good. I've not been smart. I'm getting smarter about my placement and how to move people around. It's, you know, it's not a perfect science and I'm not the best at it, but I mean, if I'm getting over 90% traffic on a console build with no mods, then I am totally fine with that. Jordan, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Dark Panda, what's up? Last time you live, there said there was something wrong with the button and it wouldn't put up top. I forgot to fix it. So I have different scenes, right? I have different ways to throw pictures around. See, I don't even have Elgato turned on that layer. So I do this, but then you don't see the bar down at the bottom, right? And actually, when I do this, I should move over. Is that locked? It's locked. I should move over here technically, right? This is a better spot not to get in the way of the console UI. The downside is it's a little unnatural. Here's a little streaming tip for you, right? If I'm sitting back and I'm kind of, I'm looking towards the camera, well, now I'm looking off the screen and it's unnatural. But if I'm looking towards the camera here, again, same position, but again, that path is because it's a little off center on my monitor. It's more natural for you to see me looking towards the screen rather than looking over there. It doesn't make any sense. So consider your camera placement and where that goes. Over here, we'll go over here for now. Well, I never get to this stuff in the info views. Point taken, right? I never get to this stuff in the info views because this is part 3 of the how-to series that I forgot to upload. So that'll be coming later, but we may as well cover that up since I'm never going to get to it anyways. So perfect. Heading off to 2 a.m. Well, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. So every time I see video, it makes me want to play City Skylines. Well, hey, it's not a bad thing. Could be worse things. Heart shifter. I want you to look me directly in the eyes. I'm looking at you, Heart shifter, and I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a good night. I hope everybody is having a good night. And yeah, so the stadium's using that one train station. That's what I was going to start to explain. So I had originally a train station up here that brought people to a train station over there, and it felt stupid. The reason that I bought this tile was because of the train tracks. So I did 2 simple loops. This one cuts under into the industrial area. This one is just a split to head into the city. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I paused it just a little too late. Make your triangles just long enough so that you can get a full train on there. Otherwise, they can back up infinitely, completely jam up the works. It's a really weird problem I ran into in season 1 of Rosewood. Apple Buddy, that was creepy, but that was for her shifter, so. How are you married? I don't know. You married me, Apple Buddy. So I always end up having traffic problems when I introduce high density residential. I think you're trying to. Thank you, Chosen. I just catch up on the chat. So yeah, so when you introduce high density, we'll get to that in just a minute, but let's talk these trains first, right? So all that's doing is hooking into either industry or the city for transport for tourists and residents. So that comes in here, and the first stop on the line is this one at the stadium, and it's just close enough to the baseball park that you saw most of the people are more than happy to walk. So we do maybe re-download the game. Nice. If you have more transport options to stadium, you could, but this is working, and I was going to decorate around it a little more, and I might hook in a tram or a bus, but for right now, I kind of like what it's doing, because let me show you here. So you've got this train station on the outskirts that is the stadium, and it does allow intercity trains, so you can do that. And sometimes I say that fast, and it doesn't sound different to some people. Intercity. I don't enunciate the T. I think it's a New England thing. Intercity. 2 different words. So that basically means, do you allow trains from the outside world to come to this station, or is it just for those on the internal loop? So here we are allowing those trains to come in from the outside. Put a path to the train station. That's probably a good idea, right? maybe Winnie, that's a really good idea. Let's do that. Remind me in 10 minutes after I talk about high density residential and I've forgotten about it, but please remind me about that. That's a good quick fix that'll look kind of nice. We can put some trees around it. Although, are we gonna have to bring them over the tracks? We might have to. We'll figure it out. Any luck on the 3080? No. I don't know if B&H Photo completely glitch but they still say coming soon. So maybe they've got some new stock. I don't know. It never went from new listing coming soon. It's still on that. So B&H Photos is usually pretty good. They're reliable at least, but I don't know what happened to their stock. But I'm going to keep hunting. I'm not going to, pay any eBay prices for the 3080, but it is my sweet spot, right? It's not too much for a card. And I have a 4K 60, so 4K 60 is my target. And technically that allows 4K 60 RTX, which, I will believe when I see it consistently across multiple games, but man, that's going to be cool, right? That's going to be awesome. So, and the 3090 is just way, way, way too much. No. Rather put a down payment on a car. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? The improvement is not enough over that. So we'll have to come back, check the stadium. Intercity trains. So station number 1 is right there, right? You got me thinking 3080 now. I can't wait. I'm running a 2070 Super right now. It's not bad. But the 3080 is going to be a nice bump, and the 2070 Super is going to be a nice upgrade for Apple Buddy. So remind me to talk about the Xbox pre-orders though in a bit. I'm going to talk about trains. I gotta get this done, right? I got to. So that train comes over the highway. I really like this exit, but it looks very flat. We're going to work our way over the trains. We're just getting distracted along the way. I don't know that the Supers, it's a good target. The 3080 is a good target. So I don't need above that. Because honestly, then I have to upgrade my monitor. But I guess if I want a future proof, I should just get the 3090. Sorry, Apple Buddy. I'm kidding. No, 3080 is totally my sweet spot for at least a generation. I gotta stop upgrading. I don't play enough titles that need it anyways. So flatness wise, I just think this is a little flat. I sunk the highway here and it looks nice, but it does seem very flat at the wrong angles. So that train comes just over the highway and over that highway, which is my main exit. And then it dips back down to the ground over here. And it stops in kind of my transport hub area, which has a bus depot right across the street. Right, so you get all the bus traffic coming in. You get the, what is this, Grand Central Station? I gotta turn this. That button's not mapped. I should just go map that button or stop turning this layer on. I appreciate the support either way. So Grand Central Terminal, I think it's one of the, is it a modder pack or is it one of the, not monuments. What is it? It's a unique building. Landmark, maybe? I think it's one of these. I don't know. I dropped a bunch of these on the map. Yes. Grand Central Terminal. It's a museum, technically. But that kind of fit over there. You've got the bus terminal with a bunch of different bus lines you can stop here. I think I've only got 2 or 3, and one of them is a yellow school bus that goes around the campus area. That's kind of silly. I really should put them around... not the college campus, but around the high schools in the area. So let me see. He knows how to play me. UNC 19 got me hooked on this game. Keep up the great content. Cities become the new train game. I don't know about, different strokes for different folks, but I love cities. And especially, I know you can do a lot with the console version. You can do crazy things, but man, can you do some amazing stuff on the PC, which is why I'm kind of been dipping back and forth into that. Any word on Skylines 2 in my dreams? I can't wait to have a word for you, but it's like I'm just waiting to see if is there going to be more DLC? Are they going to do it too? I think at this point, like, it would be cool to do it too, but I could understand, having to hit the reset switch on stuff like DLC and stuff like that. So I don't know what they're going to do. Like, but I that's one of the things about the console version right now, right? I need another DLC, and I don't know how much more they can stretch it. I don't know how much more you can build into a game, into an engine at least, right? That the console build's got a little bit of limitation. So can't wait to find out, but I just need a little kick, and that's why I was going to PC. The buses, I think I'm using 2 or 3 of the lines. It looks like there's people at 2 of them. Those then bring people, because those are the only 2 inner city stations. I should have said that. Man, squirrel. So those first 2 stops in the line, you can go stadium, you can go to transport hub from the outside world. If you want to leave from there. But there's also a line that runs between those 2 stations and a station that comes underground over here on the side of the lake. There we go. Swing the camera around so you can kind of see them all. So right here, and then that also ducks back underneath here and comes up over in what is now called Aspen Heights. I don't think I've changed that yet. So it's a way to get a lot of people moving pretty fast from, one side of the lake to the other and from outside world. So that actually reduces a lot of the burden on this first intersection, which is, everything was feeding in and out of the city. And there was, some good feedback, right, in the comments. Like, people were suggesting I did different things to deal with the crazy amount of traffic, but ultimately, one of those things, and man, this is a long way around the airport, high density zoning. So when you start moving in high density zoning, one of the biggest things you can think about is, how can I start to split my traffic, right? Because you get a lot more people in a lot smaller space. Given the name of the zoning being high density, should be pretty straightforward, but just in case it isn't, more people. So you have more people in an area, mass transit becomes that much more important. Walking paths actually is a really interesting thing, because I only found this out within the last couple months. I found this out from Maddie, leader of the Monkeys. She's one of the ones that does the city's official streams. But all the roads have a speed limit built into them. So the fastest road, at least on console, is going to be the 4-lane, then the 3-lane, 2-lane, then the 1-lane on the highways. And then the roads, as they get smaller and smaller, have smaller and smaller speed limits, slower and slower. So you get your 6-lane, your 4-lane, your 2-lane, your gravel roads, and it creates this natural flow of, seeing cars kind of, move around from, obviously they should be cruising on the highway and not in the 2-lane residential street. But the interesting thing is in order to kind of make the pedestrians think that footpaths are better, they actually walk faster on footpaths than they do on the sidewalk. It's subtle. But it's basically, it makes them think it's a faster route. So use footpaths, trick them out, get them thinking about walking further, because it won't take them as much time. I don't know how all the calculations that go to it. It's crazy. So let me catch up here. 100% agree. The mass transit DLC. Traffic manager is almost a must. It'd be nice to see some of that stuff get built into the game. It is nice. One of the things I like about traffic manager is for realism. So, like, for example, I don't know, maybe you just don't want left turns happening here. Not even that it causes a lot of traffic, right? We're managing traffic just fine. You don't need traffic manager to fix traffic problems. You can fix traffic problems with just the right mindset, the right options, the right transport, the right traffic flows. You can fix the problems. It's easier to fix them when you can kind of force traffic in certain ways. But the thing that I would really like Traffic Manager on console for is for realism, because you should be able to block off some intersections. Some places you shouldn't have a left-hand turn. Some places you should be able to turn 2 lanes over, and you don't really have that control. The game's going to connect it however it's going to connect it. So we're really talking more about building tonight, but hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, like button, it's over there. Where is it? It's over that way. Leave a like. Stop by again. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Mixing road types because of vanilla speed limits. That's okay. You can do that. It works though. You can jump back and forth. I mean, it will cause weird bottlenecks, right? And this is just a lot of traffic. This is actually my busiest tram station, I think. I'll show you why in a moment. Let's do another flyby. Let's fly and chat, and then we'll when daylight hits, maybe before that, we'll do some more building. Train path. Hold on a second. Before the nighttime. Thank you, Winnie. We gotta do something here. So where do we snake this? So where are they trying to get? Is this going to be shorter? Because I kind of right now I have to run it under here, or I have to. Can we get over the train tracks and down that fast? I don't know if we can. This might look wonky. Let's just see if it's even possible. So it's 3 to go over. Can we get... I mean, we could do something like that. We could curve it down. Let's do like a freeform to here. Oh, I gotta turn, you know what? I'll turn my elevation snap on. Or should I say down, right? Let's go to the smallest increment. Let's make sure that it's 3 to go over a train track. I think that it is. If we can get away with 2 though, that would be awesome. I don't think so though. Why does it keep snapping up there? I don't want to build up there. Okay, I'll break you. So this is what? That is ground. That's 1. That's 2. No, that can't be. Oh, really? Okay, that actually might be lower than what I had it on. Let's see. Is that doable? Oh, it is. Oh, not all the way to the ground. Okay, so we'll do this. Now we'll freeform. Come down 1. And then maybe just down the block. Let's see, how smooth can we make it? I guess we don't have to come out that far, right? I mean, that works. And then we'll come over here and kind of slope it down bit by bit, because we don't have to come down as abruptly. It could be more of a raised path. We'll put some... Where do they actually come out? They come out over here. I don't think they can connect to the footpath. What are you not letting me? Let's do this. Let's break this last part and see if it'll let me. That's snapping. Snapping's brutal. Okay, so that could work. We'll put some trees in there. We'll make that look a little more the part, but at least functionality wise, that'll get even more people moving over there, which is nice. You started me on the middle of the block paths. Nice. Once I saw you do that in earlier videos, I couldn't stop leaving 1 block gaps. It really helps, and that's actually something. That's something to consider in your large downtowns, right? Because if you have a lot of high density, then you can sneak in alleys in between buildings, and it honestly, if you break it up and not have an alley on every block, maybe the buildings shift around a little bit, or maybe you have an alley and the buildings are a little smaller. In a commercial instead of an IT sector or office sector. But just snaking some alleys in between, I mean, it's basically what it is, right? It's a path for the pedestrians to cut through. Just make sure and cut, like you see on screen right now, cut horizontally, cut the short way. Because if you only have them running the long way, it doesn't really save them a lot of time. They still have to walk the entire length of the block. But if you give them some ways to get from one side to the other without having to walk all the way around, can make a huge difference. Okay, if you hate it, hit that dislike, but if you really hate it, hit that dislike twice. Indeed, Casino. From the small building on the other side of the track as a walk node or something. Yeah, I'll have to check that out on PC maybe, Kev. Like I can snap it in a little better. I can mess around with it. I'll do some testing on that. That's the thing. Like, you can connect even invisible footpaths. The places that look like they should connect that don't connect. You can tell the pedestrians, yeah, there's a path here. That's one of the nice things about PC. Let me see here. My income is in the red. Is it? Yeah, it's only 11,000. That's not too bad. We can look at that. We get 12 million in the bank. It'll be back up before you know it. I think. It's down to 5 now. The production comes and goes. We've got demand. We got to move people in, so we'll get there. It's all right. Watch, we'll be broke before the end of the episode. Give me 10 seconds. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. I had a problem with my microphone. I don't know if the noise reduction removes that, but if it doesn't. Okay. So, what to do? Using grid and trying next road always causes occlusion for me with paths. So there's a little bit of a trick to that gaming. I think I know what you're talking about. You can't overlap. You have to go to the next node, stop the road, build to the next one. I think that's what you're talking about. Sins Arcade, welcome to the live. What's going on? We're just taking some flybys around Rosewood. I've been talking a lot more than building tonight, so we might get something productive done. You better than ready for the city since you stopped doing episodes. Yeah. No, so it was up at the start of the episode. It's at 1,000 now here. Let's throw it in 3 times speed. It'll go back up. The industries, I think I'm talking truthfully. My budget is razor thin basically, and it does dip down, but it also goes up pretty decently when the industries are really cranking out. So like if we go over there right now, you'll see they're kind of in the middle of a supply drought, right? You know, if there's not enough crops, well, there's not enough to feed the animals. There's not enough to make the flour, and then there's not enough at the bakery. So it ebbs and flows. And like, as this stuff grows, it just feeds down the chain. And as soon as basically these icons will go away, and when they do, we're good. It'll see, we were $5, I think, in the positive right there. We're golden. This is perfect. We should be fine. Wait, Kung the Dad? Hi, back. I'm Kung Fo. Yeah. All right. Every time. How many times do we hear that in Among Us? So we'll see. Again, I think it will. We could look at it. We could try and trim some budget. I'm definitely wasting a lot of money on parks. Oh, sunrise sounds. Hold on a minute. I don't need to be here for this. I really do like the look of this city. You know, and it was coming up with an idea, just looking at Boulder, Colorado for inspiration, and really not copying anything, just getting inspired by it, right? City by the mountains. It's I think 12 stories is the tallest building. All's well, ignore the red numbers. Exactly. Amanda knows. It's totally fine. This is not Jedi mind trick. This is not the budget you were looking for. I wonder how quickly can I whip up a little text layer. Hold on. Here, let's see. Wait a sec. Give me 1 second. This will probably not even be worth it. Well, it's okay. Hold on a second. I was just gonna go make a little text layer in Photoshop of like plus 75,000 and drop it over the red budget, but we're going up. And again, it will go up. It will go down. I've been maintaining my money and still dropped in a ton of parks. I wasted a ton of money on my budget on that recently. So let me get back over here. Whoa. Jeez, I missed a lot of chat. Everything's fine. Watching CSUR backwards is hurting my brain. Absolutely. Don't worry. The good news is, Neil, it hurts your brain the other way too. Because I loaded up a right-hand drive city and it was still just as confusing. I got the roads down. I got the roads down fine. But when you're connecting different types of roads, like a 2-lane to a 3-lane, sometimes I'm messing that up and I can't figure out how to pivot off to the exit lane. It's weird. It's weird. I think it's got a mod that's got amazing potential if you know how to use it, and a big learning curve for getting there. Let's see. I've been watching you for years. First time get to see you live. Well, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Your videos have been so much fun and very inspirational. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy the content and glad you could make the live. Although lives are super unproductive, because if you think I get distracted and forget things in the Let's Plays, wait till you see live. If it hurts your brain, that means you have a brain. That's a good point. So, positive side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Want some disasters, of course. Absolutely. How do you make workers educated? Because I always get not enough educated workers. So there's a quick fix if you just want to really push that agenda, right? So if you go into policies, and let's talk about the policy first, then we'll talk about how to apply it. That is info views. If you go into policies, that's this one over here. There's a couple policies. So there is over on city planning. No. Okay. So on services, you have education boost. So boost the education budget and make your adults automatically choose education over working. So they're going to be more willing to go to higher education. They'll go to university. They'll get, better office jobs and commercial jobs that have those slots for educated workers. I think that as the building upgrades to it, it has more slots there. But you can boost that for the entire city, or if you're on console, go to the district tool. Or, I'm sorry, go to the inspection tool. If you're on PC, just click on the district name. And you can go to policies that are specific for that district. So you could have a residential area of your town that's over by industry, which has more slots for lower educated workers. So you can leave them on standard. Like, let them decide if they want to go where you can push more of the population over by your office district, which has more slots for educated workers on the other end of the spectrum. You could have education boost. So you could do it citywide. You could do it on a district. You can mix and match. So just keep that in mind. There's a couple ways you can apply those policies. This whole stream has been a distraction indeed. Sin, you missed the fire. I called it. It was at 9 minutes into the stream, technically. So this is the squirrel stream. Yeah, maybe I'll modify the thumbnail and have a little squirrel pop up. I really should have a Doug picture that pops up. It'd be great if it should probably be like the notifications that come up for the alerts. So what were we gonna do? Hey, Sin, weren't you just asking? Were you just asking about this? We had a much better one before. Sorry, you missed the good one. Can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire. Kung Fu, get the dad jokes. There's a channel for that in the Discord. Just rewound. There was a fire. Yeah, 9 minutes in. Hashtag fire it up. That really should be the name of every stream. I mean, honestly, the thing is, it's tough, right? I try and be active with the chat. It's a tough game to focus on the build and be active with the chat. And we talk about stuff, and I love to pour my heart out about the game and all its mechanics and intricacies. And that one did not come out right, but I'm not even going to bother to go back and try this time. So, Adia fell asleep at like 6. Oh no. So, I come to the streams for the squirrel. Well, you will not be disappointed tonight. So where can we go? Like, I'm liking a lot of the decoration of Greenwood in general. Greenwood is the self-sufficient buildings, right? We've got the toll booths and the gravel roads acting as kind of like a security gate and gated community. So what we can do is, fine tune little areas like this, but I'm happy with kind of where this is at. It's mostly filled in with trees. There's all kinds of parks. I think I mentioned that earlier. Ah! I'm back. I think. When I touch my webcam button, it's right next to my mute button. That's awesome. So Chosen, thank you so much. On one hand, thank you so much. On the other hand, wow, that text is way too small. I've got to fix that. But my donation for the disaster budget, some meteors would brighten the city up. I don't know if it would, if throwing 1.5 miles of soil into the air is going to be brightening it up, but all right, we're good now on the mic, right? Okay. Should put a lighthouse or tower in the middle of the lake. That could be interesting. A little something out there. Maybe do some like some fishing boats, make it look like they're going back and forth without having to do a full ferry. That could be good. What was the other comment? I'll go back and take a look. Console bar too high and you feel overwhelmed? You do you. Like have fun at it. You know, that's the thing. The biggest thing, like create something that you like and that you have fun, you enjoy, and that you can do something unique and different, right? Me, I can spam parks all over the place until I run out of money, but the coverage is amazing. I bet the people are really happy in these areas. It's a little light over here. We should probably, but like I started dropping in parks. Let's see the parks specifically here, right? I wanted everybody to be happy and in the green, and I thought that I had budget for that. And sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. And if I trim these back a little bit, we could save, I bet, a decent amount of money, right? Like what's the budget on this? $500 a week, right? I mean, you cut a handful of parks, you make a couple $1,000 back. That is a child health center. That is not a park. All right, somebody read the screen, I'm sure. I didn't. We are in 2057 in Rosewood. That might be my console record. I know time passes faster on the PC because of the CPU. So do a barrel roll. Here's a barrel roll for you, John Tell. All right, learn some tips and tricks that I haven't really seen covered yet. Maybe that's the angle. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's always an angle. There's always something unique. There's always a twist you can put on it. So just find what that is. Parks. Way too many parks. Can we figure out what we're spending on? Like, do they micro budget? Where's parks in this? Does anybody know? That's leisure. Isn't there a Parks and Rec department? How is there not a park? Did I go buy it? It's not in there, right? Where's Parks and Rec's budget? How do you income expenses? What icon is it on the right? Park is leisure? Oh, okay. Wait, so go back to budget and look at leisure. Parks, plazas to be maintained. So we're only spending $8,000 on that? What's with all the schooling? Do we really care that much about some virtual sims that we're willing to tank our budget for that? I mean, what if we turn it down a little bit? I don't know. What do we do? How do I fix my budget? You tell me. You want some content, Sin? Help me fix my budget. First video or next video, I don't know. Help another YouTuber fix their budget because I can't be bothered. Go night safe. That's fine. Little relation between cost and effectiveness for parks. High-tech content creators pack are especially inefficient. Very short place down city park maintenance building. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Parks in good condition, citizens happy, and I probably wouldn't need to use as many of them, right, Mike? 10 minutes ago, boost your education. Yeah. 10 minutes ago, boost your education. Fast forward 10 minutes later. Let's just cut that budget. We don't need that, right? That's the other thing. Some of those policies obviously are going to affect your budget, right? So, you know, we got everything fully staffed. Maybe we let people decide what they want to do for university, but then less people are going to go. And then we have to back that budget down, back some of those buildings down. So it's, you know, it's city management. And we're, you know, I swear the budget, I feel like it's up more than it's down, but maybe I'm wrong. Look at how much you're wasting. Come on, Adia. Okay, all right, Adia. Fix it. All right, policies. What am I doing? What am I wasting money on? Do we take one for the team and turn off smoke detector distribution and just let it burn? Is that what the stream wants to see? Is that what you want, chat? Is that what you want? I don't know. Okay, so we're doing that. It's 5 cents a building. Look at that. That is necessary. We can't get rid of that. Sin wants to get rid of that. Hung Fo wants. Of course you want to get rid of it. I got pyros for my fire marshals. Who needs smoke detectors? Piling on. Okay, so we'll save some money right there. Does it tell us? Okay, whatever. No smoke detectors. How can we make some money? So like all this stuff costs money, right? Upkeep. There's no slightly reduced garbage accumulation, slightly decreased happiness. I can't ban pets. I love pets. Okay, so that's staying. Smoke detectors are gone. We don't have to worry about that. Get rid of education boost, and we can back down the I was gonna say the casino, the campus. Recycling. Slightly reduced garbage accumulation, slightly reduced tax income. Okay, let's come back to recycling. Hold on a second. How are we on garbage? Where is garbage? Like, look at our processing capabilities. What if we had more garbage accumulation? That's the wrong... I thought it was really going to go up and give us a show in the orange sunlight. Maybe we can back down the fire budget altogether, huh? Because the smoke detectors apparently wasn't enough. Let me see. Am I free to... Whoa, no, not that layer. Not that layer. I don't even know what layer I just grabbed. Hang on. Webcam. Come on over here. Get out of the way, mouse. So I'll talk this way. See what I'm talking about? Now I'm talking towards the action, even though it's not really action. So education boost. Let's get rid of that, right? Increases education budget by 25%. Whoop. Recreational use. Slightly increased tax income. Moderately increased tourism. Slightly reduced crime rate. Increases police budget by 15%. We're keeping it. I'm not cutting my budget there. Can we make money elsewhere? Free public transport? No. We're not trying to help people. You can afford public transport is decent in this town and you will pay for it. Schools out is the opposite of education boost. If you have lower education spots in your jobs that aren't filling, you know, sometimes that can help expand areas faster too. So if you're trying to grow your city fast, sometimes schools out better. Get some workers out there. Don't fill all the top slots right away. Who needs firefighters? Very important. Yeah, I gotta do the maintenance. Don't let me forget the maintenance. You can semi-permanently run any kind of deficit. You have $12 million. Yeah, I guess it's a good point, John. Like, we're okay for a little bit. We should be all right. Harsh prison sentences, double prison. They don't do anything for our money. I don't care. Extra insulation? No, we don't need that really, right? Buildings require less energy for heating, but produce less tax income. No electricity for heat, whatever. We don't really need to worry about helicopter priority. We don't have any ferries, so don't prefer ferries. High ticket prices. Raise public transport ticket price by 25%. May result in less passengers. You know what? We're going to turn on high ticket prices. We're going to go check out. We're going to pause. We're going to see where our traffic's at. We're going to let it run for a few. We're going to see if it dips considerably down. We're at 91. We're somewhere between 90 and 92% most of the time. And the biggest thing there is I don't want it to dip, let's say, below 85 for whatever reason. That's just a number in my head. I don't know. If it goes below 85, that's where I'm gonna start giving away the transport again, or not giving away, but not raising the funds on it. So we'll see what it does. We'll have to keep an eye out for a game and when that lets out. I do have some toll booths, Daniel, but they're basically acting as gated community entrances. So to get in and out of Greenwood, which is a really large part over here, it's most of the residential that you see on screen. Let's bring up the districts. So all of that is all Green City self-sufficient buildings, and it's all the entrances are toll booths, or AKA security gates for the gated community. And it dumps into these gravel roads. But that's the only toll booths I have. We could probably generate some more money if we wanted to. But for right now, let's see what else we could do. Let's go back into policies. Where were we? I'll get out of the way again. Sorry about me flying over the screen. If I'm not moving the screen around all crazy in game, I'm moving myself around the screen. What was the budget, by the way? Is it any better? Okay, we're gonna get this. You know what? We've been making them happy long enough. Let's make some money off of them tonight. Let's talk about that. All right, where were we? So school's out. We don't need that. Harsh prison. I don't think we need to worry about it. So we put high ticket prices on, and traffic is the question now. We'll see how much that's contributing to our budget and our traffic, because it could be a toss up. I don't want to sink the traffic. I like where the traffic's at. I like saying that it's console above 90%. Budget screen again. 30K I bet you're not spending 30K on police anymore. Well, did it? On policies. What are we? Where was that? What it was? 30,000 on policies. Budget screen. I gotta look at this better, huh? 11,000 on policies. Right above my head, right there. It's our policy expenses. So that's better. Thank you. I wasn't even looking at that. Too busy being distracted by everything that isn't relevant. I shouldn't say that, because I honestly love getting into the chat and hanging out with y'all. So, did you have a death wave? I don't think so. I mean, we have had them. Don't worry. The second I saw it, I'm zooming in on it. Don't you worry, Pyros. God forbid we miss one. Where is he?
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
It's out by the time he looked in the what is it? It's not a telescope. What do you call those things? Binoculars? I know you won't, but just saying, if you turn off fire spread, then you don't need detectors or lots of fire stations. Yeah, it's all. I mean, just in case anybody's wondering, we make sure. Where is it? Disable fire spreading is not on. And you're right, Casino. I won't. I refuse to. How could we? How could we disappoint Elmo? There's some Elmos. Elmo's in the chat, members. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the support. Honestly, I say it all the time. Every like, comment, share helps the channel. You know, join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. I'm not terribly active on there, but you know, any way that you interact, it means a lot. And obviously, the direct support helps so much. And you know, I'm really glad. Hopefully, you continue to enjoy the content. We're gonna be doing more live streaming. It's been tough lately. Been so busy at work. So hopefully, these are in some way a substitute for the videos I was cranking out. But yeah, it's been so tough. I've been spending so much time head down training all day, and you know, just kind of coming out from under that and getting started at a new job. Education budget, it'll go up and down still because of the industry. Turn day night cycle, night hours for parks. Really? Look at this. Look at you knowing all the tricks to drive the people into the pretty parks. Tax them. You know what? That's another thing too. Like, you want to make some money, find some popular spots for footpaths, like like up here, and turn it into a park and gate the entrance and exit. And as long as it's the faster way around, which it might be. Let's see where all these people go. I mean, there are people going towards the baseball stadium, so you might let out a bunch of people, you know, disconnect this road, make it so the only way they can go is through a park and pay to get there. What map are you using? This one? Oh man, what is this map called? Does anybody remember? This is my season 10, so you could load up episode 1, I'd tell you real quick, but tower users know Friday names. Coin operated binoculars. There you go. I remember those. You don't see them too much. I don't see them too much anymore. Will Smith found one. How do you think I'll go? Tax money doing major construction in my city. Well, obviously not from building because it's all decoration, Adia. I've seen what you're up to. That and the Karen series. Lavender Lakes. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. Okay, we've been letting it run for a few minutes on 3 times speed. 91%. Our budget's in the red though. Maybe are we just moving people out? Is my population's still okay. You know what we haven't been doing is I'm gonna go back over here. You know, I haven't been meeting any of these demands. The city's been pretty stagnant, but I'm reluctant to make major cosmetic changes at this point. Like, it's sort of the same thing I'm going for in my newest PC build. It's carved out of that bowl, and I want to keep everything in that bowl. Yeah, there's some highways that run off, but you know, there's a reason why the city's in that spot. I should just rename this the Blabbing and Cinematics Rosewood Return, because basically what it is. Lavender Lake sounds like a 90s teacher sitcom. Dirt roads until you need to upgrade. Man. Doesn't it change the size though? Like I really have to commit to the 4 or 6 lane roads where I'm going to put them early on, because that's one of the things, right? This is what I'm talking about, those veins. You know, there's a main street and there's, you know, when you look at it from right overhead, it's kind of silly that this beltway exists around this lake. It should be kind of 2 roads meeting up, and that's kind of what I tried to achieve over here. The thing that stinks though, and I've said this before many a times, I wish we had something like network skins on consoles. For those of you that play on console and don't know what I'm talking about, network skins basically lets you do, you know, all the roads, but it lets you reskin them. So for example, you could change the lights. You could say, oh, I want the lights that are on the 2-lane streets on one side instead of the yellow lights that are over here. Or maybe you want the highway lights on your 4-lane road, you know, something like that. You can change that. You can change, do I have any tree line streets? I think I do up by the campus. You can change the types of trees that are on the tree line streets. So you can do some really cool stuff with network skins. It'd be nice to have just more modification roads like that, more options in the road department, so you could really kind of paint some different stuff around. Lavender Lake is the generic version. Is it like the WB version? What, I don't even know. Where do like the knockoff shows go? What are the, like, what's a garbage network now? I haven't watched TV in so long, I don't even know. Or is it just YouTube? That's where all the garbage content goes. Hey, subscribe. You're already here watching it, so. Yeah, network skins, very cool mod. It's like the Hallmark channel movie. trying to play on the Lavender Lake. I don't know. Tell me what crappy networks have the bomb movies. Not bomb isn't good. Bomb isn't they bombed. Rotten Tomatoes. What are we doing? What am I doing here tonight? Why did I even... I really appreciate you all tuning in for this. Were we working our way through? Are we making money? We're not. So, okay. What happened? What happened now? Is this a nighttime thing using more electricity? Is that what this is? Could it affect that? Does it affect the budget that much? If the budget is set the same? I guess if they consume more, but no, because you only have so much capacity, right? So where's my money going? I thought we fixed this. Meteors. Is it that time already? Fix it later. Squirrel fire indeed. Beautiful sunrise again. Come on, we gotta see one more sun. Where do we watch it from? Do we watch it? I know where we watched the sunrise from. From stumbling out of the... That's the cinematic camera. From stumbling out of the club all night. We were at the Laugh Factory all night. Who just got out of the club? This guy probably. I think it's going to be the old guy again. He's the one that took the walk down this strip last time. Let's just do that. The bear. I don't know. There he is. So he just spent all night at the club. Here's his buddy. Can we get back here? Look at that. Hold on a second. Let me pause it real quick. Let's get out here before we lose all that orange light. And get a look at it kind of in person down here. Like, whoa! Okay. I meant to go right up to the edge. Not end it all. Oh, no, come on. Wrong button. Definitely wrong button again. Cinematic camera. No. Come on. Okay, I really see, this is the thing, like, I think this is a beautiful shot right here. And then there's that windmill right in the middle of it. It's the worst. I'm pretty sure there's our RTX ray traces right there, by the way. Look at that real-time lighting. Girl in the cowboy hat? Is that who we should have gone with? This guy with the hand in the pockets. And those pockets are kind of back a bit. Wait, he takes them out? Not when he walks. Like, it's so creepy. Okay, where was this one? Okay. You were so good at this game. Aw, thanks, baby. Squirrels of destruction. Of distraction. We got a jumper. It was an accident. It was totally an accident. He'll be fine. He does it all the time. He stumbles out of the club at 5 a.m., falls into the water. Maybe we put like a little rescue crew down here. Holy cow, look at all the people dumping out. They're getting out from a late night too. I kind of want to keep coming back to check on this. Like 91, we're 91%. And we're generating more money, but was the traffic this bad on this road? Why is it so slow? There's not traffic backed up. I mean, I guess there is right there. That's honestly not bad. 92%, and we've got the high ticket prices on. Whatever. It works. Aim for the bushes. You thinking what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes. Because Kung Fu walks with his hands in his pockets. Away from fires. So do we get through anything? Not really. Fire safety? That's not a problem over there, right? I only just found out about this, and I feel like somebody mentioned it on a live stream or in the comments. So check this out. Fire coverage. Let's move this thing, right? So what's this doing over here? It's doing a great job covering the trees. If you put it next to the road, it does a good job covering the road too. So that's cool. That is a nice effect I did not know about. And I don't know, is that out of place next to the high school? I think it's okay. And it does something nice. One less fire station without worrying about the budget for it. Separate budgets. Yeah, the budgets. Day and night budgets, absolutely. So if you don't know what chat's talking about, when you go into your economy and your budgets, there's 2 sliders on PC. Do we turn education down more? Why is education at 100% in the middle? Oh wait, no, it's because I was highlighting it. I was like, what? When you go to budgets, yeah, Y or triangle to switch between day or night. You see they're just right next to one another. Top slider, bottom slider, day and night. Guard tower for the pesky kids. I mean, it's not like we have to. They're not the worst of the worst. It's not the creative arts place, right? It's not the Idea Center for Creative Arts for the troubled youth of Santa Rico. Yeah, keep an eye on them. They cause trouble. They absolutely cause trouble. Night for transit in schools. Oh, you could. That's interesting. But do people really? Can you do that? Is that a thing, Patton? Can you turn off the budget? Like, cause are they not going all the time? Like, is night a thing in game? Unless you're using the real-time mod on PC. The only budget that matters, Sean, if you have day-night turned off, is the day budget. So it never becomes night, so you never use that half of the budget. New scene near future? I don't know. I did just start a live stream build on PC that I'm going to be messing about with for a while. So that's going to be the next big build, but I will be coming back to this to finish part 3 of the tutorial and to do some, some more small mini builds and flybys and stuff, and eventually a cinematic. But the next big build is going to be on PC, and it's going to be kind of a tester build for the next season of the Let's Play, which will be, I think, a big PC build. But just kind of messing around live stream, talking about different stuff. And tonight I figured we could do some Rosewood, but it hasn't been... I keep saying it hasn't been productive, but it has, because we're all getting to connect, and that is half the fun here, for me at least. I hope it's fun for you. Because if not, the gameplay, iffy. The stream quality, yeah. The commentator, iffy. But, there's probably something redeeming in this. I don't know. The music, should I turn the music up and just duck out? Oh, what did I miss? Which version? City Skylines? This is the Xbox One version, which is it enhanced for the X? I don't know. It definitely plays better. We have in the house the OG, an S and an X, and it plays better as you step up the chain for sure, 100%. Night tours in your parks? No, I didn't do that. Of course not. Do you think have you not been here? I've been distracted for like the last hour and 27 minutes. And I just hit the microphone. Sorry. Super unprofessional. Another DLC. What should another DLC include? That's a great question for the chat. Like, what do you want to see? I would love to see like massive content creator packs, because we don't have access to assets on console. And I do play on PC, but I would still totally asset up the whole entire map, right? Like, what if we had parking lots for North America? What if we had, hockey rinks for Canada? I'm kidding. You do have hockey rinks in Snowfall. It's like, it would be fun to have like massive packs of buildings and just a lot more content on that side of things. There's like, people ask all the time, what's the mods on Xbox in the main menu? And it's buildings you can download. One, it turns off achievements. Two, they're all right, but I would like a bigger, better selection. There's just so much content that could be curated out there, and it would be nice. Okay. Where were we? we were thinking about the idea of potentially doing night tours on parks. We were weighing that idea. Parks wise, I don't know what I have for actual defined parks. I think I have 2. Let's check that out. Where's park area? Is it under the... Yeah. So we've got one here that kind of encompasses the entire downtown area. Charcoal Park, because we had that entire block burned down. This is a campus area. This is an industrial, forestry, and farming. And then I think I turned this into a park also, didn't I? I did, but there's only one object in all of it. And there might be... Yeah, there is. There's a park over here, technically. Right? It helps increase the land value. It's a weird way to trick it out, but the game thinks that buildings that are near parks are more valuable, and an easy way to be near a park is to make a park in a park area and then just draw the area out forever. So totally cheating it out. If they do a cities too, what do I want to see? One of my favorite things about my Portsmouth build was all the fall trees in New England. I would love to see seasons. I would love to have this map have orange trees and snow and summer. I think that would be really cool, but I think you would have to stretch it out really far. Obviously, you know, more than they do day or night. I don't know. I don't know if an in-game year goes too fast. You know, maybe you have to slow the simulation speed down a little bit. That would be really cool, though, to have trees that changed automatically in seasons. I don't know if there's a mod for that on the PC, but that would be so cool if that was built in. You know what I mean? Like, we have the capacity to do snow. Why not gradually fade that snow texture to green or brown or, you know, whatever brush you had. I think that would be really cool. Now, I say that, but I'm from New England. I'm also staring at a static screen most of tonight, so I apologize for that. But I'm from New England. Like, we have 4 distinct seasons. Technically, we have like 7 or 8 distinct seasons. So you've got winter, what you think is spring, more winter, second fake spring, summer for like a week and a half in August. And then there's fall. Just kidding. More summer, fall, immediately into winter. And that lasts from like October to March or April some years. It's fun. But there are 4 distinct seasons. They're just not in order. So that's New England weather. I don't even understand why I didn't ever jack up the prices on the transit before. We lost 1% of traffic so far. I'm fine with that. It does look a little redder, I feel like, on my main street, right? But, you know, is this backed up to the point where it can't deliver traffic? No. Are we backed up, you know, anywhere to the intersection behind? No. You know, are we even back to where these sound barriers are? Excuse me. Some of you I put an unlisted video up on the channel. Link to it in the Discord if you want to check it out. I do some behind the scenes stuff once in a while. Doesn't get a lot of views, so check out the behind the scenes Discord. I post hidden videos all the time. People don't seem to stumble on them. That's okay. But one of the things I was testing out recently, I just want to show you this because I just was reminded of it. Because I can see what the webcam sees up here when I look directly at the webcam. And then when I'm looking at OBS, I see what you see. And it just reminded me that background blur effect, it's really cool. So NVIDIA Broadcast has an app, and it can cut noise out, and it can actually blur the background. So you kind of have this look of a really good depth of field. Like, my background's blurry. It's usually from a really expensive camera. In this case, it's just from a button you can click to blur or unblur the background. Like, I don't know if you could tell those were shoes before. I don't know if you could tell that lump on the floor was a dog before, but it is. Here she comes. Hello. Hi. So let's see. It's a really cool application. She's just far enough away to think it's part of the background. Yes, I know. Okay. But it's super cool. The other thing, I gotta show you just because people don't believe it. This is a mechanical keyboard. It is not quiet. This is just so cool. I don't even care about cities right now. This is so cool. You got to see it. Okay, so if we come over here and I turn noise removal off, you can hear background noise of fans if you really turn it up. But most importantly, you can hear mechanical keyboard, right? I got to kind of hold this kind of funny here. So, because you won't believe me. Oh. What if I go here? No, what if I go there? There we go. So if I go to my desktop, I think is it not okay? There we go. Come on. Why is that? Why will it not let me type in that field? There we go. So this is making noise with the, right, with it turned off. And then if you turn it on, hold on. Here we go. This is incredible. Like it's too good. It's too like you can just jam on this thing. It's not going to pick it up. It's weird Frankenstein science. Am I on Twitch? Technically, I am Tiny. I haven't been on there in forever. I didn't see the point. So I know it's a completely different platform, right? That's built more for the streaming aspect. But this is where my audience already was. You know, I have a lot of viewers from that. So I just figured, whatever, we're here. It's a comparable interface, right? I think they don't have, you know, if you want to monetize your streams, they don't have as many fun ways to do it as Twitch does. But, you know, it's the same thing, right? They're actually better. YouTube's better at encoding it in a way where it's easier for people with slower connections. If you're not a partner streamer, if you're a partner streamer, Twitch will encode your videos better. So like if you're on your mobile on 3 or 4G, like it'll shrink it down better. But if you're not a partner, too bad. People get what you send, which if you want to send a higher quality stream, you better have a fast connection to watch it on the other end. YouTube's a little bit better about shrinking it down. There's some fireworks. How am I missing? I'm missing this. Look at the fireworks on. So YouTube's at least a little bit better in my experience, but I could be wrong. Meteors. All right. We'll rain some destruction down. Let's save it first because I think we did something tonight. Maybe. No, probably not. Save game, empty slot. I was in Rosewood recently. Springwood. Wow, I can't read. This is Rosewood. I did a Kanga intersection, which is a modified. Somebody did a tutorial on an intersection, stack interchange. Wait, hold on. It's Rosewood, right? Yeah, Rosewood. And I made the tiniest little change to it. She made a change to it, Kangamoo, and I made a much smaller, subtle change to hers. Load game, yeah, it's fine. We'll be right back to Rosewood. I just want to show this real quick. This will be super quick, and this is super important before we drop destruction. You hope the fireworks cause a fire. I mean, the good news is, Kev, if anyone could find that out, I'm pretty sure it would happen to me. Stay tuned through these messages from Springwood. We'll be right back with Rosewood. But I just want to show this tiny little tweak that I did. Kanga did, again, a modified stack interchange. And the only thing I did that was different from your build. Well, one, I actually messed up the spacing on one of these, I think. Where it's a little further apart than the other ones. I didn't finish cleaning up how they hook back in, obviously. That one's really rough. But like height-wise, I like it. And it goes in under the tunnel. And the only thing I did was, I think it was a single step down here. So making this slope down a little slower, right? If you do a 3-step, which is your default, right? That elevation step, then you can only go from, where do we go? Where can we do this? This map is such a mess. Oh my God, we gotta come back and fix this one sometime. So if you go from ground level right on that, it's going to give you a steep step. Whereas if you go on here, I probably didn't need to come all the way over here to show this, but now you can just, you know, say come out 10 units before you come down one, before you come down another, before you come down, you know, you basically can like slow tick it down. And if you're already going to eat up a ton of space with the intersection, I didn't do that long a version, but I nudged it out just a little bit to make it a little bit smoother. But it's such a great intersection. So Kanga, thank you for making sense of that. Honestly, game changing. So much better than the Cloverleaf, right? Which obviously this map, this was pre Let's Plays. Like I did a couple tutorial videos on this city, and it's like, it's so ugly. It's 6-lane roads everywhere, right? And I'm slowly going back and fixing it behind the scenes on the Discord. They're unlisted videos if you want to check out me rebuilding this every once in a while. I haven't uploaded one for a while. Don't get the misconception, right? But I do stuff like that on there is all I'm saying. And sometimes it's just a music montage with, you know, a high-speed rebuild of an area. Still has this massive 6-lane running through there, but I converted everything down, you know, to 2 lanes and gave it some bends here or there. And ultimately, we're going to make it a much better looking city. I'm scared to look at the traffic, though, from what I knew, what I saw over there. And right after this, 58! Oh, man. I will come back and fix this. I have to finish this. Okay, not quick game. Load game. Back to Rosewood. Let's see how bad we can break it, I guess, right? Yeah, not good traffic. Yeah, that one's honestly, that one was like I did like a tutorial where I don't think I applied a lot of the things that I knew at the time. I think it was mistakes that I learned in that and researched and tried to fix little areas, and then made a video about how not to fall into some of those traps. But definitely not a good looking city, but we'll try and get it there at some point. May as well leave it nighttime, and we got to line up one right off the bat. Thank you, Chosen, for the support as always. I think upcoming idea has been suggested, and I don't remember who suggested it, and forgive me if you're in the chat, let me know. But at some point, before we drop this meteor, at some point I'm going to build the city, and I am going to build it as best as possible. And I figure there's 2 ways we can go. We could go random disasters right off the bat, or we could build a city, try and set up defenses, do everything right, get the earthquake sensors in, all that stuff, and then turn them on. So all right, Chosen, where's the first one going? Because we just got a request for a lake meteor, so maybe we can drop the first one, see the kind of fires it starts, and then go from there. Appreciate it. Yeah, Chosen, where should we drop this first one? And here, it was a you know, a nice $10 super chat, so we'll go 10 on the scale here. Your pick, because we got a lake meteor coming from Kung Fu. There's the super chat on screen. Oh man, my vote: start with disasters to work on your emergency response tactics. That could be interesting. Discord link it's in the chat. Oh no, 2 lake meteors. Amanda, thanks so much. Kung Fu, thank you so much. And Chosen, thanks for getting us started tonight. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Honestly. Let me see. Chosen, did you say a spot? Thinking right in the main area, like the downtown, like the original. There's something so it's uplifting and a kick at the same time, because it's like, oh, super chat, fancy retro graphic, and then I remember back to 30 seconds ago when I read it and I was like, no, we're destroying this. But I love it. I absolutely love it. You let me say, but one of these days we're gonna do it and try to save after the disasters and see if we can make it work. We might turn that into like a season thing. But anyways, what do we think about Clock Tower? Oh man, here they come. Here they come. Right in Cypress Hill, like right in the town, or you want to go for like the main? Let's go over here and see if that I don't think that intersection is going to survive. This is a 10. Oh my god, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Hold on a second. If everybody's going to keep rolling in, then we'll throw it up on screen. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Okay, Cypress Hill's getting one right here. Number 1. We're on 10. Whew. Okay, then we got 2 lake meteors coming in. This is not going to be good. Let's put ooh, casino. Casino, is there any I don't think there's no protection money rolling in. We had that budget problem for a while. So I don't know. I'm going to throw in an extra meteor there. And then let's get a couple lake ones in. Should we hit the water supply? Let's see. What are we at? Let's do a 10 smack in the middle. And then just in case that doesn't get the water supply, we'll do a little bit more targeted focus right here. So that's going to be bad. And then there was a thunderstorm request out there too. Where do we drop this? Maybe campus area? Maybe the farm area. Get the trees going. This should be good. We are not going to be able to keep up here. Casino got one. Get ready. All right, 3 times speed until the first one rolls in. Remind me, chat, to keep turn. Do we have a fire going too on top of this all? That's what we need. My goodness. All right, so the first one that's rolling in. The first one that's rolling in is going to be Cypress Hill. Let's get over there a little bit. So that's the Brae. Cypress Hill right there. Center of the screen. Couple 10 tornado. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Just, you know what, for you, Casino, and because Rich is doing a better job at right-hand traffic than I'm doing at left-hand traffic, I'm gonna see if that one hits the Brae. Here we go. Level number 1 coming in. Just a quiet day in Rosewood. This is what happens when we go live. Oh my goodness, look at the cars. The cars go so far. Oh my god. Oh, 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. All right, all right. That's what you get for not paying your protection money. We had budget problems. You could have avoided that. You could have avoided that meteor. Which one's this? This is going to be the 10 in the center of the lake. Oh no. Look at that fire. Viewer choice. Shout it out. Adia just super chat us for a viewer choice. Look at that wave. That's gonna be bad. I wish it could put out the fires. Look at that. All right, are we okay? We're 3 times speed now. Oh my god. And there's the thunderstorm. We just have basic disaster response here. It's fun, Sin. It is fun with the disasters. It is not technically a tsunami. That is a meteor that hit the water. Let's go see. All right, are we on? It throws it back to 1 time speed every time a disaster happens. So we'll see. What? What is this? What is the water doing? We've confused it so much. Oh, look at that water. That water is going way out. That is just gonna like wash. I guess, you know what? That in real life would wash those houses away, but I think in game it is washing the cars away. The cars are free floating. I think the buildings survive as long as they're not flooded long enough. I take it back. I take it back. Wow. Okay. Do we still have more rolling in? What did I forget? There was the thunderstorm. Oh, the tornado.
A tornado has touched down in the area.
So that's actually not that bad. Oh, there goes the... Oh, it's already gone. Never mind. I was going to say, there goes the leisure strip. Because the tornado basically goes to the point where you selected it. And that was up in the Brae, so... Holy. Maybe an alternate save file, and we'll see if we can bring it back from the dead. We're really going to have to play with our... Look at our budget. Look at our budget. Oh my... Look at the icons. There's so many fires. Like, there's just fires over here that are happening that are totally unrelated to... Oh, the lightning storm. Never mind. I forgot. Was there a viewer's choice? I'm sorry. Did I miss a viewer's choice? And Adia was nice enough to sponsor a viewer's choice disaster. And I don't know if I missed that in the Wicked Pizza. Yeah, sure. This is not good. That's right. You missed some stuff, Passion. This is what the live streams usually devolve into, is user donated destruction, and I'm all for it. But what I was saying is, it's we save it, we have fun, and it's silly, and I really appreciate the support. But one of these days, we're gonna build a city and try and set it up, and I don't know, if the random disasters aren't happening enough, maybe we can throw like one per episode at it. But I went way too crazy. If you like that concept, season 2 of my Let's Play was a place called Santa Rico. I forget how Santa Rica, right? So it was Santa Rica. It was misgendered by the game. The game named it. I just took it. So I forget sometimes. I forget. It's correct now. But regardless of that, we built the city in season 2. A lot of user input, a lot of viewer input rather. And then season 3, disaster struck. And disasters didn't strike fast enough, so I ended up throwing random disasters at the city. And I think I rando drawed it, and, what it would be and where it would hit. And it just absolutely destroyed the city in 3 episodes. So it ended up being a very short season. So if you want to check out just the Destruction of Natural Disasters DLC, check out my season 3. And season 2 if you want to see how I built it all up and then destroyed it and then accidentally saved over it. I think I only have the destructed version now, if I remember. Destroyed, whatever. Long live the Santa Rica Cougar, absolutely. Good old days. I think, did I get behind on my chat? I think I scrolled up on my chat and it stopped scrolling. That budget, yeah. Look at that budget. It's pretty rough. This one might be... That's a big deal. The power plant's a big deal. I wonder if we have a road here from a fire station, or if that fire station's just way too busy. Like, who are these people? Who's the guy? Wait a second. We're gonna get his name. We gotta know this guy's name. Who's driving this truck right now? I was gonna go turn it off here, and I know I can't turn it off on the stream deck now. Hot dog van owner, cargo train terminal. Who's out in the middle of this? In the middle of the apocalypse, driving a hot dog truck. Like, dude, take the day off. Better yet, get in that hot dog truck, steal it, drive the other way. Move the mouse does not condone car theft. Oh. Just a joke. Bad one. Where the dad jokes at, Kung Fu? Man, this is rough. So how would you go about fixing this?
A tornado has touched down in the area.
Do we have a second? Is it announcing a tornado again? Did I do 2 tornadoes? I did 2 tornadoes, didn't I? That's the Brae one. That's the one that's gonna really mess up the industry. Oh my goodness. So yeah, everybody's gonna move out. It was a pretty bad one. Chosen. How's that traffic look now? Let's see. 84%. We'll take it. We will take it. So what do we do here? Right? We had the memorial over there. Landscaping. Do we, I mean, is it too soon? Is it too soon to smooth this out? Or do we leave the crater? I don't know if we can. I mean, we got the budget. I bet we could come back from this. I mean, we're not going to be able to come back from this tonight. I can't start this at 9:54. Let me do this. Let's do this. I'm going to save it to an empty slot. And maybe I will challenge myself to that sometime. Maybe that would be kind of fun to see. Can we come back? We have 6,000 population. We're going to have no population by the time these cinematics end. Man, crazy. Like, look, that cinematic, that part of the city looks 100% untouched. People are just going about their lives, living a normal day. Another day in Rosewood. A little bit of traffic on the highway, no big deal. I wonder what that blockade up ahead is about. I wonder why nobody's moving. Maybe because the road disappeared into the sky. But we won't know about that just yet. Make a crater park. Earthquake. We could throw an earthquake at it. Let's throw an earthquake at it. Who got the luckiest? I think Greenwood got really lucky. He says as the fire engulfs over here and no one's coming to help because there's too many fires everywhere else. Was it earthquake? Earthquake. Do a doozy here. Right smack in the middle. Right, let's do it right in the... Well... No, remember this tram spot that gave me so much trouble? I'll give it some trouble. So I pinned the comment. But I think it was on the last live stream. There was like this massive fire broke out and I saw somebody walking away suspiciously. Not unlike suspicious hallway movements. But anyways, I saw somebody walking away from the fire suspiciously. And I thought to myself, I'll go name him Kung Fu. I'll follow him home. And the entire block caught from the fire. I was like, all right, Kung Fu, I'll light your house on fire. And the entire block caught fire. So it was a good fire episode last week on the stream. And this was destroy the Santa Rica Memorial. The poor people of Santa Rica. You got it. Where do we go? It's just over here chilling out, right? We've got the memorial across the street. That's the disaster memorial. And what are the names of these technically before we break them? Multiple problems. What problems do you have? I don't see any problems. I keep going to hit the button. I really gotta map that. Different games do better with the bar at the top or the bottom. Meteorite Park, appropriate. And that is the Santa Rica Memorial. That's the disaster memorial that was renamed. So, okay, Meteorite Park. Let's see. How about a meteor on the Meteorite Park? And just because, thank you for all the support. What do we do? What do we do across the street? Do we start a massive fire? Is this a level 10 forest fire? And the way I put trees, this should that should get a good chunk of trees. All right, 3 times speed.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of
Those fires start fast.
fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
Oh man,
fire is raging in the area.
Is this still going from the spread from the meteor or the lightning? The lightning, that's what it was. Oh, that's gonna go quick. That is gonna go quick. Jack Raid, how's Jack doing, Kung Fu? We might be able to do something like that. You guys are all awesome. It's only on 1 time speed. No. Is it, or is it just slow from all the destruction and because you can't see any people moving around? What is it doing? Did I pause it? Is anybody moving? I honestly think the game is going so slow because of, let's see. Cinematic is one time, isn't it? Cinematic is one time. If we do cinematic. If we do free camera, it's okay.
Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
So here, let's do some cinematics and let's see what this thing looks like after it's destroyed. So I'm gonna cut the stream out in a minute, but I have a weird favor to ask. And you don't have to do it, but if you don't mind, it'd be a super cool favor. So Apple Buddy, my wife, see her in the chat. Maybe you come over to see some of her streams, or you've heard her on my channel. She just started streaming, and it's tough, right? You get low numbers, right? You really got to grind to start, and she's just doing it from a stream perspective. We've talked about some content stuff that'll help drive some stuff to the channel. And sorry, I'm listening to the emergency announcement in the background. It's probably louder in my head than it is in yours. But so she just started streaming, and I think she was at like, I don't know, what were you at, like 30 subscribers or something? And all of a sudden, the chat just goes crazy, and people are saying, Jack Raid, we're here from the Jack Raid. Apple Buddy, my wife, love her, so sweet, had no idea, like, oh my god, I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. This is something bad. This is hostile people coming in, right? And no, it was another Animal Crossing stream that brought all their viewers in that were stuck around from the previous person that brought all their viewers over there. So I know Animal Crossing is not what I do on my channel. It's what my wife does. But if you want to help somebody out, and basically he like doubled my wife's subscribers over in one stream. It's awesome. She's streaming all kinds of stuff. She likes cuter indie games, platformers, but Animal Crossing is her primary. And if you have time Friday night, she does Bells or No Bells, which is deal or no deal. And she does a fantastic job with it. I'm honestly jealous. Like, she has good technical support. I will say that. But also, like, she just hit the ground running, and she's really good at hosting a game show and creating tension and being entertaining. And like, I'm jealous how quickly, like, third stream, she seemed like she'd been streaming for years. So anyways, Jack brought a bunch of people over. If you wouldn't mind, subscriptions are free, right? And I'm not expecting you all to do it, but if you want to come over, can somebody get a link? Apple Buddy, Kung Fu, somebody get a link to Jack's stream. So he's almost at 1,000, and he did a really cool thing for my wife. So if you wouldn't mind dropping a subscription, helping him get to 1,000, that's where you can start to monetize your channel. And I think he's 13 away or something like that. So we could do it right now. So I am just going to sign off. I'm going to save this game. We're going to load up. I'm going to do PC soon. We're going to come back to Rosewood legit. And we're going to come back to Rosewood and try and rebuild this mess that you all contributed to tonight. I can't thank you all enough for being part of the chat, for being part of the channel, being part of the Discord. Link in the description down below. If you wouldn't mind, it would be an awesome favor. I'm going to cut the stream out now. There's a link to Jack's stream that's going on right now. Stop by, say hi, and he's an awesome guy. So sweet, brought all his viewers over. So, yeah, let's go stop over there, say hi, leave a subscription. He does some cool content, streams all kinds of games. So if you wouldn't mind, that's where I'm heading right now. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you. Until the next one, move the mouse, signing out.